Hey, I'm off today, so I wanted to spend some time with you guys. I just want to have fun today. That's all I want to do. I want to get with you guys. I want to have fun. Let's do something creative. And always remember that when I talk about get in your journal, I am not talking about that you have to be an artist. I am not talking about that you have to have some skill or anything like that. I'm just talking about that if you are somebody that is visual and just doesn't like to open your journal and just have plain paper and just write. I like things that stand out. It's important that we get what's in our minds out of our head and onto paper. Doing more self-care for myself. This is our healing. This getting something and just rolling paint over the page. No joke. I mean, make it easy. It should be easy. It should be fun. It's a place for you to capture your thoughts. And if you're visual like me, add some color. You can do goals, you can do your vision. It really helps like when you're feeling down or you're having an off day. Any more of my energy into the situation, I'm gonna move over here and I'm gonna do this. Put paint color swatches of what you're thinking about decorating your room. List out your favorite Pinterest sites, if you are decorating. There is so much that you can do in your journals. So I would love it if you could use your journals not only for a time when you're sad or mad, but when you're happy and you're inspired and you're feeling so healthy and you feel like you can conquer the world, right? That's when we are really, really creative. Or sometimes if somebody has hurt our feelings or made us mad, get in there and just get your paints and your stamps and don't have a plan and just make a huge mess. That's also, even if you don't want to put something into words, that's also getting out your feelings. It's allowing you to take your mind off of the situation. I just stamped a word over this big splotch of bright purple paint. It looks really, really good, and then that might give you an idea for something else. So, and this is also good family stuff. I'm just so excited about doing this. I hope that you guys can get excited and that understand that you need minimal stuff. So grab whatever it is that is paper, pen, marker, just anything related, even fabric. I'll show you how to do some hand sewing with some string or yarn. Just grab whatever and let's just go have some fun, okay? I'll see you in a bit. So when I say you really don't need a whole bunch of stuff, here's some good examples, okay? Old book pages of parchment paper, and I literally coffee dyed it. I dipped the bottom of a glass on the bottom of the jar and just kind of stamped it. Masking tape. When you order like Joann's or you order art craft supplies or anything, these are bits of paper that are perforated. Like open up the box. So you're going to cut off some of the edges so that you just have a spine and then the outer edge of the box. So you can make a journal out of this. That you only need household stuff. That's exactly what I mean to get started, okay? Why not just clear out some clutter that you have instead of trying to go out and add to that clutter by buying more stuff, right? Amazon bag. And if you're in an area where it's snowing and there's a winter storm warning, like in my area, the kids are going to be off of school, have them help you with this. They love to help with projects like this. Any old, outdated planner pages that maybe you haven't used, and there's a cute little decoration, you can use this. You can use copy paper, and you can also use paper bags. But just for an example, I wanted to show you how you can take literally a piece of something from your house and turn it into a page. And this would be one page. Coffee dyed paper. So I took some of that and I just attached, an old piece of scrap paper. I did a little hand sewn button. You guys can see that. made like a little flip up. So now I've got some space that I can go ahead and journal in, like an old journaling card. And then I just made like a little tuck spot there. You don't have to be creative to where you think you can draw and do all this stuff. I didn't draw any of this. And any books that are just kind of laying around, go ahead and grab those. Okay, this is just a simple piece of copy paper. This is going to be a page that will be in a journal. So this is going to be like the cover of that page. And I literally just put this piece of paper on top of that bigger piece of calendar. And I just traced around it, cut it out just a little bit smaller than the size of this page. And then I also went and took some other pieces of the same design, like from here. And I did what's called fussy cutting, which you just take a little pair of scissors and you're just gonna, cut around it. You don't have to do every single little detail. So I cut a few pieces like that out, and we can find something to do with those, maybe on the inside. So all we're gonna do now is we're just gonna glue this to the cover of our page, okay? And I use whatever glue stick that you have, whether that's liquid glue, whatever it is that you have. It doesn't matter, I promise. And it means it's probably not straight. But again, just like in that little yoga video or short that I made, we are not here to be perfect. That when we talk about holistic, it's, you've got this wheel of life, and you've got some spiritual aspects, some financial aspects, your health, your mental well-being, your family. So, and it all makes up this wheel. So it gives you a bird's eye view. And that wheel, again, nothing is ever supposed to be perfect. And the reason why I really, really love to work with a lot of women who are by themselves, whether through empty nest or, being a single mom, don't have to be, okay? But just by yourself in general, it's because that's where we feel stuck the most. We feel like nobody understands our situation. We don't know how to get out of this. We don't know how to improve. I have been through, in my 56 years, I've been through a thing or two. I have learned how to turn a toxic situation, a negative situation, a sad situation into, something, whether it's through meditation or yoga or changing how I eat or thinking about it, journaling about it. There are so many different things that we can do if we have to help ourselves. Not everybody has a family that has an interest in whatever it is that you've got going on. Not everybody has a tribe around them that is actually healthy, okay? Not like, oh, you having problems with your job? Come on, let's go to there's a new bar that opened up down the road. We might have to make some changes. So that's what I'm here for. I'm here to make content that is going to help you go from struggling in whatever situation to seeing the light at the end of the tunnel and making things better, so that as you continue to live your life and as your children watch you, you don't get so stuck. It's like, okay, we acknowledge maybe we got laid off from our job today. Yeah, that's not the greatest thing. But here's what we can do right this moment. Here's what we can do for tomorrow. Here's what we can do for next week. And we're not going to pretend like it's not happening. We're, none of that stuff, okay? These are all things. You pick and choose what fits your situation. If there's a video that you can't use, maybe your friend Sally Sue down the street is going through something and you think it might help her. Okay, change can be hard. Starting over can be hard. Being by yourself can be a little difficult, but it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be that way. You can be happy and be by yourself. You can be happy and, improving whatever situation that you want to improve. Okay? Okay, enough of all that. So let's talk about what do we want to do on the inside. We could, we've got this piece of coffee dyed paper. Let's go ahead and see. Better yet, let's just rip it. It's more organic, right? Keep this, keep your scraps, keep your scraps. And notice it's not at the edges. That is okay. Again, we're not here to be perfect. Look at my nails. My nails aren't perfect. They need to be painted. I'm still here. We're still going to work on this. We don't have to wait until everything is perfect, okay? My coffee's cold, all this stuff. We don't have to wait until life is perfect before we sit down to do something and take some time for ourselves. Okay, let's just glue it first. All right. So tell me, if this video finds you, tell me in the comments, what area would you like to improve right now? You also might need something to smooth some things. I'm sure they're going to be mad at me if I go to the store to Talbot's and they say, do you have your rewards card? And I'm like, yes. And I pull it out and it's got like glue and stuff on it. But you know what? It's okay. Maybe they'll want to learn how to make a journal too. So then let's just go ahead and take this and do another fold. So that puts a little crease in there, right? Said, oh my gosh, she's going to put something down and it's sideways. Yes, we can do that. We can make some little tuck spots here, right? This can be a tuck spot here. It can be a tuck spot there. Either way. And you'll notice that as you add more layers, now this is becoming thicker paper of copy paper. And so now as we're building stuff up, see, it's not so flimsy, right? And we're all about, so we're constantly evolving, constantly changing our habits. Do that. All right. So we know that we want to do down here, and then let's just go up a little ways here. So I always like to take my hand, and I know that I'm not going to glue where my hand is. So we know we're going to glue the opposite side just along the edge, right? Oh, this is page number 202. Look that up if that's see what that number means, like as an angel number or a spiritual number. Spirit always wants to talk to us and always wants to get our attention, and sometimes we don't listen. Right, fold it back over again, get a crease going on. There we go. So, oh, this would be good because we can journal and stuff in it, Let's see, so we just ripped out another page. Okay, let's see how this works. Look at that. We need to glue this down just in the center as well. Let's see how I want to do this. We can glue it here, and we can glue it here. And then when we fold this over, we've just made another little tuck spot. So we could take another piece of paper or a journaling card or something like that. See, this is glued and this is glued. See how it's so fun to have little secret compartments. This is the tip of the iceberg, right? We haven't even really gone deep into how we can really make this so much fun. But these are the basics. Okay, so here we are so far. We've got this. We've got tuck spot here and a tuck spot here. Okay, so I found some paper that I had also coffee dyed. I thought that this color, kind of matches that. What a coincidence. Okay, so I just cut it, and what we're going to do is we're going to glue the edges, and we're going to glue this down here, and then we'll have even more pockets, and we'll have some color. Fold it, get that crease going. See? Okay. See that? So we've got this piece that can go in here. We've got this piece, the bigger piece, that can now go in here. So see, just out of one page, we're able to go ahead and do a lot with this, right? That. Let's turn this into a journaling card. I came in here in my office because it's cold. I live in South Carolina, guys, and we're having a winter warning, and it is not fun. I am originally from the north, and I moved down here to be warm. These months are always a little tough to get through because I don't like being cold. I like this side better to be facing upwards. So let's do this. Let's kind of eyeball what we need right here. And I want a little bit of this sticking out. Rip this like that. And then we're going to glue this on here. So now we've got a space to where we can journal. See, what you're doing in making this journal, this is your safe haven. This is your place that you get to come to, that is a place all of your own. We're going to make a couple little journaling cards, right? Anything can become a space just from your envelopes, like when you get your statements in the mail from like your 401k or whatever. Be very careful about how you open those envelopes and save them, because those, and sometimes they have little windows and stuff, right? They make great journaling spots. I love this stuff so much. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna write on this side, and then this side was written on. Not anymore, because we're gonna make sure, and look, it's good to have these little layers and these little spots down here, because it just, we can add ribbon to this. We can, in fact, I'll show you how to do that. I just wanted you guys to have a good start on how to go ahead and start creating something of your own. Anytime that you're doing anything creative like this, you are using your feminine energy, and everybody has masculine and feminine energy. Anything that has to do with planning, thinking, financial stuff, that's a lot of masculine energy, right? Problem solving versus, when we're out here just being creative and, we're dressing up very feminine or taking time and doing our makeup and stuff like that, that's feminine. There's a balance. Here's another good example is, let's say money. We're talking about money. So, the feminine side of things, you can constantly manifest money, even if you're by yourself. The masculine side, you can be both if you're by yourself, okay? So the masculine side of things would say, okay, Cheryl, rein it in. We won this money, that's amazing. But now we're gonna go over to our masculine side. What is the most responsible thing that we can do with this money right now? So that's it. That's how things are balanced. Okay, and I didn't want to do a whole lot with paints and stamps and stuff like that today. I just wanted to cover the basics. So all we're gonna do is we're just gonna do something to make a little space on here to where you can flip it out, and that's another little journaling spot now. I don't want to do it right there. All right, we'll sew it up at the top. And I don't want to enclose this because remember, this is another tuck spot. See, there's our little tuck spot. So there's not a whole lot of waste, okay? And you're just using what you have. I like that too. And then we can sew up here. All right, let's glue that. I'm hoping that this at least put a little smile on your face. Not that we're gonna bypass some things, okay? Because we're not about that. We're about addressing some things that we've got going on, you know, in our life. But at the same time, this is a really, really good way to help work through some of that. So, a couple of things that I wanted to do. We're going to add some words to, we have a little journaling spot on the back. Oh my gosh, use your words, Cheryl. And we've just literally added just a couple of things. We've left a spot for us to go ahead and journal here. And I thought it would be fun just to do a little, like a hand sewing on part of a thing. So I don't know, take your needle, see that there? And you can go through and make little tiny holes. This is a piece of embroidery thread. You went to a thrift store, you can find this for probably like 10 cents or a quarter or something like, well, with this economy, maybe $1. Okay, so you can start on the opposite side, and all we're gonna do is literally, and you don't have to be a master sewer, okay? Put this through the hole. You're gonna make sure you tie a knot. Okay, I don't know if that's, all right. We're gonna pull it through the front because we don't want that tail sticking out of the front, right? And then you can do this any kind of way that you want. Just go back in through the front, pull it through. You want to kind of go slow, and then you just keep doing the same thing. Or if you wanted to go up and over, it would have the thread kind of come over this way. I usually like to go ahead and go just back and forth through the back of the hole and then up this way. And it will leave some of the design on the back, but that's okay. This is just going to be for journaling, right? When you do something like this, you would be surprised at how calming this is. If you have issues with like meditation, say you're new to meditation and you feel like maybe it's just not for you. You're having a hard time to clear your mind and your thoughts just keep racing. I guarantee you that if you put on some very calming music, like YouTube has jazz music that that you can listen to that's very, very calming. I leave that on for my pup all the time. Just do this. Just sit and just be quiet. This is a form of meditation, guys. Maybe go through some affirmations that you have. Oh, that kind of went through and ripped a little bit. That's okay. If yoga isn't your thing and you've been really trying to go ahead and exercise lately and all that, and it's just not working out for you, then try something else, okay? If you're at home and you're wanting to work out and you're wanting to work out with weights, YouTube, tell Alexa to play Juice and Toya videos, and they just had a baby. I am so excited for them. They've got little 15 to 20 minute workouts that you can go ahead and do at home with your weights. So, and the same with this. If sitting and doing this in meditation doesn't work for you, do something like this. See, this just adds a little something of, you've got some of this for texture. You still have your tuck spot in here, right? You've got a little, maybe this can be like a little prompt. You've got a little decorative thing. You can go around with your pen. You can outline that, make it pop a little bit off the page. Just do things that you want to do. This is your time. And I promise, you know, by the time that you know, maybe your kids come home, they're with their dad, or you have to make a phone call to a relative that you don't always get along with. Do something like this, and it's really going to help so much. I just went ahead and I typed it out. I copied and pasted a few of them, and I did that with several different sayings. And then I just printed it out. If you don't have a printer, cut something out of a magazine. It's going to dry clear. Put it however you want to put it. It can even be a little sideways. And so now you have a little something. You can do another little decoration on here. You can, and then you have a journaling space on the back here. We also have another little journaling card, right, to where we have a little tuck spot here. So there's those. I wanted to show you a couple of other things too. I literally took a page out of a book. I took a picture that I liked, ripped it out, and I glued it here, here, and here, and made another little tuck spot, right? This is how easy this stuff is. You could trim some of this off and have this be a page right there. I also wanted to show you some things that that I was working on just over the past couple of days. So this is a cover. I put some bling on there, and if you can see that, this literally is part of a bag. And I took the bag, just a regular piece like this, and I got out some paints and some stencils, and I just ran it over the bag in different colors. And this is what the inside looks like. I flipped up, excuse me, part of the bag and made a little spot here for journaling cards. But I had some number stamps. I had some stencils that I used. And so this is going to be the cover of a signature. And a signature is just a grouping of pages that you have decorated, and they all fold inside of each other. And then you take the whole signature and you sew it into a bigger cover. Don't get overwhelmed. This is really, really easy. Some of the pages, this literally right here, if you can see that, that is a napkin. Seriously, it's a napkin. And it was like a 2-ply napkin. So I ripped it apart, and then I just got half water and half glue. And I painted the surface with the glue. And then I just laid the napkin down, did this, okay, left some edges. And then I just started messing around, you know, with some scraps. Made a tag. Here's another tag. So these are all things, and you know, let me know in the comments if you want to learn how to do more of this stuff. It's really, really easy just by using what you have. We can do that. So this is another page. And then on the inside, I just lined it with some music paper, and I folded some paper so that it would make like 1, 2, 3 pockets in there. And then here's another tag, there's an envelope. I put just some blank paper in there to journal on. So there's something that you can do there. And let's see, what else did I do on this side? I had one of those glassine bags, and I have an embosser thing, so I literally ran it through, and it made the glassine bag like a texture. So that's a tuck spot in there, and I think I even put some little pieces of paper to go ahead and journal on. So I put that in there, and then I just had a scrap piece of paper. Here's washi tape. So if you don't know what washi tape is, it's literally like masking tape, but it just has a design on the outside of it. You know, I'm sure you can find those. You can find them at Michael's, you can find it at Joann's, Hobby Lobby, but you can also probably find this at a thrift store. So here's another journaling spot. Here's another journaling spot. And I just used some washi tape, and then I made another little tag over here. So it's so much fun. Like, don't hold yourself back. This is a really, really simple. I just used, it was like a math page, did a couple stamps, put another, because I'm going with a theme of like the purples, the pinks, the oranges, that kind of thing. And, you know, I might not do anything else back here. That just might be enough. And then the back is the Thanks, Cheryl. The napkin. So if I wanted to, and I wanted to take this other stuff out and run the edges along with like my sewing machine or hand sew it just to give it some of that additional texture with stitching, I can do that. So this right here is if you had a bad day at work, if you're just like blah with this winter or, whatever, do something like this. It's just so fun. And, maybe some of your friends, you want to start a meetup group and do something like this. But the whole point is the more we can get what we're feeling, how things are going, what our goals are down on paper, that's also good. I happen to have one of my other planners and stuff right here. There's nothing wrong with having, a regular planner like this that you just, if that's your thing and you're jammed to where you just want to list your stuff here, you can. But you can even combine these. You can make something homemade like this and then print off some templates of something like this and then just, make your pages out of that. The whole point is that you're spending some time to yourself. You are doing something creative. And just remember, like how in one of my other videos I said, you can't be happy and sad at the same time, right? And it doesn't mean that we're trying to bypass not being sad and not dealing with our feelings, but we want to make sure that we're not sinking into that, like we're not spiraling down into a really dark place that we're having a hard time getting out of. So I'm hoping this made sense. So with that being said, I will talk to you guys later.